Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this is the first video of my Christmas series that I'm presenting you today. Hopefully you've watched my video from last week where I was talking about the biggest regret ever, this Ted Baker bag that I bought, and that really, I do not recommend it. Anyways, you clicked on this video because you're interested in probably two things. First of all, perfumes, and second, you want to get a perfume for yourself or for someone that you know. I do actually have a fragrance training in my CV. Not a big one, I am not a professional, but it is true that last year and this year, during Black Friday and the Christmas holidays, I work as a promoter for different brands. Last year I worked for the group Shiseido, so I was promoting especially fragrances, so Dolce & Gabbana, Narciso Rodriguez, Elisab, etc. This year I am working for Bvlgari. I mean, I'm going through an agency, but I'm going to promote Bvlgari's perfume. Anyways, I wanted to give you some little tips on how to find the perfect perfume for the person that you want to gift it to or for yourself. So I'm not going to be able to explain everything about how perfumes are made or all the different notes and all of the different fragrance families. I decided to select the most famous ones or the most common ones. And I will also give you each woman that matches the right fragrance family. I will give you the different notes that appear in each fragrance family. Like this, if you have to shop online, you can just read the little description of the perfume and find right away the perfect match. So let's go right away into the first fragrance family I want to talk about. In this video, there will be around 7 different fragrance families, but let's go right away with the first one. So the first family that we're going to start with is the citrus family. By the way, if I do make little mistakes in English for some words, I'm very sorry, especially the pronunciation. Please bear with me. You know that my first language is French and not English. So the first one is the citrus family, as I said, and in this family you will find notes of zest or blossom of the lemon, of grapefruit, or also mandarin. So these really fresh scents that are normally perfect for spring, summer, but to be honest, if you're the type of woman or you know the type of woman that likes to apply really fresh perfume all year long, go for it because I would say it's a classic. Now, for which type of woman usually citrus scents are for? Usually the type of woman that would wear this is someone who is dynamic, who is really tonic, but also quite feminine. As an example, I could talk about L'Eau de Lancôme, so L'Eau from the brand Lancôme. This one is a classic, so this would be the perfect one to symbolize the citrus fragrance family. However, this is when it starts getting a bit tricky for our video. You will have, or you will see during this video, that I talk about main families like citrus fragrance family. But within the citrus family, for example, you will have subcategories, if I can call it like this. So you will find some perfumes that are maybe citrus but also floral, because you will find notes of lemon but also notes of rose or something like this, which maybe this sounds strange together, but you get what I mean. It would be a flower and some type of lemon, mandarin, or anything like this. But as I said, for the purpose of this video, I'm giving you examples and just summarizing all the information. For the second family, let's go into the floral fragrance family. Quite famous one, right? Probably you have a floral scent or you know someone around you who likes florals. So when you want to try to find a perfume that is from the floral fragrance family, you will check for notes of rose, of jasmine, of patchouli, of iris as well. So all of these flowers are used a lot in fragrances. Florals usually are for the type of woman who's really romantic, very seductive. She's also very feminine, very sophisticated. I would say that if you go for a floral, most of the time it will work out. She will like it. I will go maybe to not risk anything with a simple floral, or maybe if you know she likes sweet scents, floral with a bit of a touch of oriental scents like vanilla could be in it. As an example of a floral perfume, I could give you a few, but let's say a floral that is more sweet would be La Vie est Belle, again of Lancôme, because Lancôme is one of the best ones up there, at least it's the most famous at the moment. Then we have a category that I wrote as well. I have my phone right here because I was reading the categories to not forget anything that I wanted to say. You have the category that is called the Fougères category. This one is notes of lavender, of thyme, but the Fougères category is more for men, so I'm not going to talk too much about it today. The fourth category is actually one of my favorite categories, families is the Chypre category. Yes, I said Chypre because this is really a French word. It sounds super strange in English, but I actually saw that you say it the same way in English as in French, which was super interesting. The Chypre, you will find some notes of oak moss, of bergamot, of patchouli. These are the main ones that you will find. If you find patchouli, most of the time it's gonna be a Chypre. Then for which type of woman is this type of fragrance? Ideally, it would be for this timeless woman, very luxurious. She's the type of woman that wants to wear a perfume that people can smell. Like they really can smell when she passes in front of them. When on the contrary, when we're talking about the citrus family at the really beginning with lemon, mandarin, etc., very fresh scents, that will be more for a woman who wants to really wear perfume for herself, for no one else, that doesn't really want people to necessarily smell it. So she's really discreet, really reserved. As an example, I have one that I really love. It's the Dolce & Gabbana, the only one. This one has vanilla in it and patchouli. Then we go into the woody fragrance family. These are the type of notes such as the pine, sandalwood. So this type of fragrance is really for a woman who's really warm, really generous, really sophisticated, really mysterious. I would say that it's not as intense as maybe a Chypre or an Oriental one. So here we're really for a woman that knows what she wants, let's say. As an example for a woody fragrance, we have the famous Féminité du Bois from Serge Lutens, a bit more on the expensive side. Then we still have two left of different fragrance families. Now we're into another favorite of mine. Maybe it's actually my favorite when I think about it. It's the Oriental fragrance family. So here you will try to find notes of vanilla, sandalwood, cinnamon. These are the notes that you will find the most in Oriental perfumes. So once again, Oriental fragrances are really for a woman similar to Chypre, even more, who really isn't scared to try things that are a bit different, who really isn't scared that people may smell her perfume, who likes something that stays all day long, that is really intense. The last family I want to talk about is the leather fragrance family. So by leather, it means that you will find notes of tobacco, burnt wood, or even smoke. So it's very heavy, very special. I would say that this one as well, you would need to know that the person likes these smells, because even if I tell you that it's for a woman who's very powerful, warm, elegant, it won't necessarily help because it doesn't mean that she's gonna necessarily really like this type of scent. It's a very special scent. Personally, I really don't like it, but this is absolutely personal. I just don't like this little smoky scent, I would say. So as an example, there's the Cuir de Russie from Chanel. So it's again, very strong. We see it, very intense. I will also put in the description box everything I said with more detail. Like this, it's easier for you to find the right perfume. As I said, I'm not a professional, but I did get a lot of training on fragrances. If you search online, I think my little method will work better than maybe even in stores, because you have the full control over all of the different perfumes. Sometimes on even some websites you can search for notes. So if you want to really have vanilla in your perfume, you can search for vanilla. You will find all of the perfumes with vanilla in them. Now if you go into a store, what is amazing is that you will have sales assistants. So most of the time they really know what they're talking about. I actually prefer talking about advisors, fragrance advisors, which is what I'm actually doing, or promoters. They're there to help you and they're there to really guide you. So I really would say you have a lot of different options to find the right perfume. And hopefully through this video you learned something. Even if you don't want to buy perfume, maybe you learned about the different fragrances, families, and this is really cool. And that's what I wanted actually through this video, not only for you to go buy things, but also to learn more about perfumes. If you would like more videos about perfume, let me know. I can use what I've learned through my trainings and I can talk more about these families, these notes, and how perfume is made, etc., etc. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.